Going live. G'day, Spice Legends. Welcome to Burner Bites Down Under, the hottest show down under. Spice Legends, we've got a very special interview for you guys tonight. As you guys know, there's only about 38, 37, days until the Australian Chili Championship. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit of an interview process and get to know our Australian Chili champions. So this year, we've got 8. That's right, 8 Chili champions. 1 from every single state and territory in Australia. Wow. And tonight we are the first interview off the bat. We're going to be interviewing MASE, the Chili champ, or MASE, the crazy German. And like I've personally witnessed his prowess in the Chili comps. He's all right. So sorry, Spice. We just lost Maze. So what we're going to do is we're going to send him another link. Unfortunately, I don't know what is going on, but that's all right. We're going to interview Maze. But guys, while we're waiting, tonight we're going to be here to interview Maze, the crazy German. Oh, here he is. Let's jump him in. There he is. Hey,
sorry, Darwin. Hey,
you made it.
Sorry, I don't know what happened. I was fine the whole time, and yeah, I thought I get a special entry, like a little intro.
Yeah, that's right. We forgive you. You're in Western Australia. We know you're 2 hours behind, so you've got to catch up. That's okay. So, look, matey, for those who don't know who you are, do you want to introduce yourself to the world and tell us everyone a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so hi, I'm Mace. I'm the crazy German. For now, I hope I swap the beautiful passport to Australian one sooner than later. I'm 29. I have definitely a few screws loose. That's why I'm here. With all the other guys.
Is it almost a prerequisite to have a few screws loose for being in Chili comps, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. I was like, we talked about it a bit, and I think it's because I work here on the side, and everybody's like, "Why you do this? It's stupid, and it's hot, and it hurts." And I say, "Yeah, I know, but I do it. I love it. It's fun,
Isn't that right? It's hot and it hurts, and especially in Western Australia in the mines, it's pretty hot, isn't it?
Oh man, you got to make a few stories. Like, imagine you're sitting one day down in the pub and you have nothing to say. So I thought I'll give everybody a bit of a laugh, and yeah, here I am.
What was I going to say? So for those that there's obviously this is the internet, right? We all know that there's going to be a few haters out there, and there's going to be. I get trolls all the time, right? Like every time I get a troll, I'm going, no, I'll say it hurts and say pretend it's the first time, but it's not. Like nearly every day, I'm going to get a troll. So I'm not new to this stuff, and obviously being online and doing things where it's filmed online or it's held online, you're going to get your haters and you're going to get your fans as well, mate. So for those that are going to go, oh, he's not Australian, he's German, or where, what are you got to say to those haters out there? You're not Australian enough to be in the Australian champs. What do you think?
I mean, like I'm 7 years here. I came like without a word of English. Just a backpacker. I didn't know how to shower, and all the things I learned here.
You didn't know how to shower? What?
No, I'm just teasing you.
English shower, you just spray on some deodorant instead.
That's right here. Don't forget your roots. Now, look, I lived in Carnarvon, and I fall in love with this country. Met a lot of nice people, and I stayed there for almost 5 years. And to show my loyalty to Australia and this country, I even got the postcard tattooed. I show you.
What? Oh, show us this.
Oh, watch out. Yeah, have a look. It's I don't know if you're fucking. I'll take you for a little ride. Like 66701.
Oh, wow! And so that's the Carnarvon.
Yeah, man. That's my my first real Australian home. And I thought it's everybody in Australia get like, travel gets a palm tree or whatever tattooed. And I said, nah, this is the place I lived. It's a like a small town. It's a great place. I worked for great people, and actually they put me up with the chilies.
Really?
Yeah, so the place I worked for called More Veggies. I don't know if you heard about them. They're like great, great people. Chili
Really?
growers, capsicum growers, and my boss, his name is Pomfy. Like he's a funny person. I don't want to swear. um,
Is it
you know,
broadcaster? You say?
yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's a legend. And he tried to trick me, and he gave me like a yellow moruga, and I was like, eating it, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. And he's like, what? And
Ah. Well, that sort of delves
you
into
know,
our first question. So let's get out. Let's get the interview on the road, and let's start
yeah.
talking about your Let's start. What was your first chili experience, mate? Because from what you just said there, it doesn't sound like you're new to chili. It sounds like you've had a couple of chilies
No,
before.
no. So look, it actually been like this. I'll start it up, and they've been and already growing chilies to their other products. And he's like, hey, try this one. And he had this yellow moruga, and he gave it to me, and I eat it, and he filmed me, and he didn't get a reaction. And I was like, yeah, it's good. Yeah, I was like, you know, it's good. So I was very surprised that I always liked a lot of spice on the food, and I was like, oh yeah, it's not too bad. And then we went to Dingo's hot sauce first hot wing competition, and I beat him. That was my main goal. I just wanted to beat my boss, like that makes me to the boss.
So your boss
um,
was the chili farm guy. Is that you saying? G'day, Deborah.
yeah, he's like him and his wife. They're both like, if I don't mention her, she definitely kicks me in the head. So hi, Karen. Now there.
G'day,
Uh,
Gaza.
yeah, hi. Like when you see this, they're both absolutely incredible, and they obviously supplied a lot of people with chilies, and this is how they probably started in. And I don't know, we done a chili comp, and I was really good at it. And then every time there been some spicy chilies, I was like, yep, I'll give them a try. And they have a unique chili that they grow. It's pretty fucking spicy and nasty and makes
Mm.
everyone spew. And I was just eating them and eating them. And I said, oh, yeah, they're hot, but, they're hot. That's it.
And
And
like it says something about you if you've beaten a chili farmer when they grow chilies and they probably eat chilies all the time, right? It absolutely says something about your character and your chili eating ability, you know.
oh, I mean, yeah, I've developed a bit there. And then, I'm all up for stupid things. So we're sitting down in the shed. We had a few beers sitting back, and he's like, hey, let's look in the record. And I said, all right, I'll try to eat the most Caroline Reapers in a minute, just for shit and giggles. And we looked it up, and I'm actually pretty close on it. I spewed my guts out after I regretted it.
What
But I
was
was
the
like,
amount?
well, I think we've been like, I don't know, 5 grams or so short. But you got to keep it in, and there's a lot of things. But I've
Yeah.
shoved like maybe 20 morugas in a minute in my mouth. I was just,
But just so you know,
there's some.
the New South Wales competitor actually went for that on Australia's Got Talent, and he broke the record. But it's got to be official and blah 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 and all these little rules. So
Yeah,
it should be League of Fire official, but probably not Guinness World Record official. But he ate 25 Carolina Reapers in 60 seconds.
and that is a fucking impressive amount. And you know, people don't understand how much spice you put in your body. It's like running in front of a fucking train. It hurts. It fucking hurts.
Right in front of a train. That is a great description. So considering that you're going to go up against that, so he's going to be there in Sortel. How does that make you feel? Does that make you want to rise to the challenge more, or does it make you a bit more fearful? What's the story?
I'm losing. I'm always having a few screws loose. So I'm like all up for a challenge. Like when I came to the competition in WA, I was just a backup because I was like, oh, I come and Ryan, a good friend of me, he's like, "Oh, look, they're full." And I say, "Yes, we see people suffering." And then I hear the microphone. If there's a guy called Mace, and I was like, "Oh shit, I can't back out."
Oh, that's
So I
me.
jumped in. Yeah, yeah. Oh shit, that's me. So I jumped in there. Yeah, absolutely just winged it and winged it. And that's a bit, I guess, the strategy I'll keep doing. Just I like to push my body to the limits in like, all kind of aspects. Is it sport, mentally? So yeah,
And so,
I'm up for a
you
challenge.
had your first chili experience thing there as well. So when you said you tried those marugas and that at the chili farm in Australia, had you tried anything else when you were younger in Germany, or is there
Uh,
a
no,
you remember eating spicy food or something spicy?
I always liked a bit of spice, but no, never like this. I think that's the first thing that hits me here too, like proper spicy chilies.
Mm, mm.
Um,
And so, like in your day to day life, are you eating chili regularly? Like he's just saying, like you like
yeah,
spicy. Is it every
I
meal,
like
or
spicy food.
how often are we eating spicy
Um,
food?
oh man, I usually have on most of my meals some chili, so just like the flavor of, some of the sauces people produce. Like there's so many nice sauces with a nice kick in it, and it makes food for me a lot more enjoyable. And
Mm. I
sometimes I
absolutely.
regret when I'll overdo it. When I'll be sitting there, I'll be like, "Nah, she'll be right," and just fucking chucked it on. Um,
As
Sky the
if you're
bottle
not an
up.
Aussie. Nah, she'll be right. That's such an Aussie thing to do. She'll be right. No
Yeah,
worries.
man. I'll be like, yeah, she'd be right. And then I'm like, shit. Like sitting on the holy chair and regretting my life decisions every now and then. But that's
On
what
the
we do.
throne, holy throne. Yeah. And so, like before you left Germany, did you see much of a chili scene over there as well in Germany and Europe at all? Was
Um,
we
there was
left?
actually like, well, I've left just at the very beginning of 2017. So when I left, it was very tiny. A few people. I've seen it on like a TV show once, and I was like, that's stupid. That hurts. I would do the same. you know. So yeah, here I am doing exactly the same. Even
It's
on the
funny when it
social
comes
media
to
platforms now.
yeah, because I remember like way before I did all the burner by stuff, and I seen people doing chili competitions, going, "Oh, that's silly. Why would you do that to yourself?" And now I'm like, I run them. I'm going, I'm like, oh, I get it now, right? But I was going to
Exactly.
say, it is funny that you mentioned that the chili scene, because we actually know Edda Pantia. She's Edda the Ice Lady. She's from Germany. She's, if not the German chili champion, very bloody close to it, and she's pretty bit of a legend, a bit of a friend of the pay. We all have them. I'm regretting my choices moments, says Peter Eden. You probably saw Peter Eden there. He was the shorter guy. Sorry,
Yeah.
short. But he was an ex competitor. He's a pretty savage competitor too. But yeah, so obviously Edda the Isolator, huge shout out to Edda, legend, a bit of a friend of the page and the channel. But yeah, there's obviously a bit of a chili scene over there in Europe. And then after seeing what was it, Giancarlo, aka Jack Pepper, he's the Italian guy. He's kind of like an Italian version of Gabby, right? He just doesn't stop. It's phenomenal to watch. So whoever, as you guys are aware, whoever wins the Australian champs this year goes with me to America to compete in the World Chili Champs, hosted by Smoke and Air Curry. So if you win, you might have to face this guy. What do you think about that?
I don't know. I'll whenever there's a challenge, I'm a stubborn. I'm like, I'll make it happen, and I try to go through. I give everything a pretty good crack, and yeah, just roll forward. We're going out winning or spewing, one or the other.
That's fantastic. Going out winning or spewing. Oh, I love it, mate. That's fantastic. So, look, what got you into competition eating? Was it just that farm experience thing, or what was there something in your head that
Oh,
just said,
so
to eat?
I'm always a competitive person. I've fought like much in Australia and Germany. I I try to race bikes. I'm not the best racer. I'm a pretty good crasher, but I finish. Shoot out to my boys here. uh, and I like competition. I like to push myself forward. You know, um, see what's possible. Because if you push your boundaries forward, you're getting better in everything in life. So I think that's pretty cool. And after every chili challenge, literally the first 20 minutes, I sit there and say, no, fuck this shit. I don't do this again. It hurts. And yeah, here I am, excited for a new one. Once I'm back in Perth, I want to go to my favorite chicken shop, eat the most spiciest chicken, try to see as much as I can get down, test myself. Say hello to my man Drasko up there, and yeah,
Mm.
just
Chicken
compete.
and chili are absolute match made in heaven.
Oh,
That and like dark chocolate just seems to pair really good with the chili for sure.
oh
Um,
man, I'd marry you for this right now. I'm not want to offend your wife, but stop it.
uh, so, look, everyone seems to have some really interesting experiences with chili. Have you got a best chili experience that you've clocked up so far, where you're just like, oh my god,
um,
it's so good, as like sort of the pinnacle of my competing career, or the pinnacle of
I've got to say, actually, when you came down to the WA Chili Championship in Marine, I'm very bad pronouncing this. Like, the Marina Chili Championship.
Mint
To
January. Yeah,
see, yes, exactly the one. To see all those people there, celebrating, and I don't match often the look of those big guys' beards. This is all I have after 3 weeks of not shaving, so I'm like a baby puppy, you know. So I'm always like in this underdog puppy role, and then amazed to see the crowd supporting you, rooting for you. They're putting it up. It's amazing, and I think that was like the peak moment. Like when I lifted this trophy and everything's burning and everybody's celebrating. You're going around, you have a chat with
yeah.
everyone, having a beer. Yeah,
So we've got
that was.
a comment here from Adam Thompson saying, "G'day to the crazy German from me. I was at the Dingo Wings comp, so seen him in action there. The guy's a machine. There you go, mate. That's
Oh
some fun.
yeah. Cheers, Adam. Thank you. Yeah, like that was my very first chili competition, the very first one. That's also where I meet Chris. Like I think he's the strongest competitor in WA, and we compete twice against each other. So it's like a great rivalry, like on a friendship base. Like he's a great guy. He's very friendly.
Absolutely.
And it's
I
good.
know Swell as well. So you're talking the guy he's talking about is Swell from Swell's Chili Review. And he's not a pushover either, mate. He's pretty hardcore too. He was telling me he ate what was it, 14 scorpions the night before. I'm going far out. I'm going, why? And he goes, oh, just to freshen up my taste buds.
he's definitely a bit of a loose cannon too in chilies, and yeah, like it's great to have people like this to compete with.
And he's not
It's
exactly
fun.
a short guy either. He's a pretty tall fella, and like you're saying, he's got a solid beard. So I
Yeah,
can
when
see
he
what.
have a beer, his son is, he looks like the big dog, and then I rocked up
Yeah,
as this little underdog,
and he's
so
rocking
it's great.
the beard, and he's like, "Sup," and you're like, "Oh, damn,"
Yeah,
And he's no,
I've got a sore neck looking up.
yeah. He's a very tall guy, and that's what was funny, interesting. You saying that before, that you sort of felt like the underdog kind of there with all these big fellas that look like big bikies and stuff, but then you played the underdog card hard and you won.
Yeah.
How did that feel to beat all those guys that look really hard and tough and that, and you beat them anyway?
I think what's a lot of importance on those competition if it's your own mental battle, because it hurts inside. Like it's not fun. You sit there and it's like shit, my guts, man. I might shit myself here. So you got to keep it up. And
That's fair. I have heard
I think
competitors where they said that they wanted to wear adult nappies or adult pads.
yeah, it
But the
might be actually the goal.
number two that's not wanted.
Yeah, yeah. So I thought just it's a good mental battle, and as an underdog, you're winning the crowd, and I was pretty cool. It was just a great day. So yeah.
So it sounds like obviously your competition mindset is a plus for you, and
Oh
keeping your
yeah,
sharp in the sense that you're high motivation, high determination, and willpower. What's it called? What are your thoughts on competing and your competition mindset? And have you got a sort of like a game plan that you go into competitions for?
yeah.
Like
My on chili competitions, my game plan is pancakes and bad life choices.
pancakes and bad life choices. So, when a lot of people they swear by their prep and conditioning. So when you prepare for a chili comp, you put pancakes in your stomach first. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I just love pancakes. I'm straight honest. There's enough. That's the greatest breakfast, in my opinion, is pancakes. And I know I can't feel my taste buds for 4 days after. I'll definitely have a good stack of pancakes to start the comp.
Yeah.
Um, and then yeah, just get my resistance up a little bit before and going in and try to focus and have fun.
So
Well,
sort of
fun
like
is, you know,
so do you put a couple of spicy things in there to take the edge off before a comp? Is that what you mean?
oh no, the pancakes, man, they're holy. They'd be sweet. A bit like
No,
you, you know.
you eat the pancakes before. So you eat the pancakes before the comp to put a
Yes, yes.
feeling on your
Yeah,
stomach.
I have a layer in my stomach.
You eat something a little bit spicy before the comp, so that way your taste buds are
Yeah, let
already
it,
down.
you know,
Is that what you mean?
yeah, like have like a nice little spiced up meal. Have the pancakes as a proper base. Have a nice spiced up meal. Not too much because you don't know what you eat on a comp. Sometimes you have like a massive um meal, almost like we had a competition where I've been and they had sausage rolls made out of like minced meat and pure Carolina Reapers, and it wasn't even the spice; it was the size to get it down. So
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
not eating too much is
absolutely. Because that's the thing. Sometimes it's not even the how hot it is or spicy it is. It's the consumption, the ability to fit it in your stomach. Because sometimes in competitions, it's a lot of content. It's a lot of stuff to put in your stomach.
yeah.
Yeah. You got Bluey's
So
one. You got this, Maze. Bluey was the
oh,
MC there, Mindari.
I love
Good on
yeah,
you.
Blue is awesome. Shout out to Bluey and his sauces. They've been lovely. I'll still have more what's left of them because I'll eat them most, but great
Yeah.
sauces.
Has he been training you as well, or has it been your farming friends?
No, that's just for me. Like I love sauces. I'll put my housemate into hot sauces, and you remember the what was it? The heart, not heartbeat. Um, there was a sauce that was absolutely flatliner. Yes, sorry.
Oh,
And
that is nasty. That one
oh,
here.
don't bring back Matt. Yeah, that's some
Oh,
bad memories in a bottle.
yeah, I had that in my mouth for about 30, maybe 60 seconds at the most, and just wow. Yeah.
Yeah,
It is hot.
I'll screw them up with this, but you know we both like a bit of spice sauces, so we have always some
Too, that was
around.
really bloody hot. I think that they said it was 10 million Scoville or something, and that's nothing to
Yeah,
sneeze at. Absolutely, and just
yeah.
smell it through the bottle. It is brutal. Like it's a brutal,
Ugh.
brutal competition product. Absolutely.
Yeah, it is a disgusting sauce, man. It's the flavor is not really flavor, it is just a burner. But it's great to stitch people up. So if you really want to fuck around with your friends, this is the sauce to go.
Absolutely, and shout out to Allburn Chili for giving us that one, which we reviewed as well. That was at the end of our review, and like we're not disrespecting you, but yeah, it is a hot sauce and it's ugly and tastes.
Oh,
But
it
I think
was no disrespect. But it is
not.
spicy.
Yeah, absolutely. So, one of the things I seen a picture of you wearing some boxing gear and stuff like that. Do you feel like
Oh yeah,
boxing martial arts sort of ties in with that strong mindset and willpower and stuff like that with competition?
100%. Like it's amazing when you go in actually in a ring, octagon, or wherever you fight. Um, you know there's pain coming. The guy on the other side want to hurt you, knock you out. And you just have the same mindset. You just want to hurt him, knock him out. You know, you want to win.
Yeah,
Um,
because that's one of my
and
favorite
you know,
quotes from a commentator was they're going, "What do you think they're going to do to each other?" And the commentator's like, "Well, they're not there to kiss and cuddle each other, are they?"
nah, we're not there for kisses and cuddle, and so it's it helped me not only through like competitions to life. Yeah, you keep fighting, you keep going, keep pushing. Because then you
Absolutely.
win
So,
and
do you think that contributed to your determination and your willpower in these competitions?
100%, 100%. Like the last comp I was when I sent you the picture, I got this little trophy. I just stared at the table and I was like, Mama didn't raise no quitter. Mama didn't raise no quitter. And I just kept eating.
That's fantastic. And look, the another thing I see a lot of competitors that they swear by is the poker face, right? Is keeping the face calm whilst you're clearly burning and in a lot of pain, searing heat, but at the same time, you're like, I'm not going to show that to my fellow competitors because that's showing weakness, not just in a masculine sense, but in a sense like I'm going to psych them out by how calm I am. Do you play that at all? Is that something that plays into your competition?
We all try, I guess, like to like it's a competition. You act tough, you look tough. But when your poker face drops, it's your mind that keeps you going. And I was standing there like crying like a little girl, and I was like, no, I keep going. So the
I was there.
poker
I don't think
face is only half of it.
you had a couple involuntary tears, but other than that, mate, yeah, you look pretty tough. You're just standing there going. I sometimes like those tears are like a badge of honor in a competition, because it is extreme heat, and sometimes you cannot control that at all. Like you, and then the other thing is, if you go to wipe them out of your eyes, you get chili in your eyes too.
Oh, you can't. They're like pepper spray running down your eyeballs, and so no, it is what it is. I like a poker face, but if it breaks up, we all know it's hot. And then it's just like you versus your body, or your mind versus your body, and I think it's an amazing fight, and it's definitely some skills I gained through sport there that helped me. Yeah.
So the competition that you guys started on in Western Australia, I believe it was roughly like jalapenos that were in the level that you started at, and you worked your way up. One of the things that is a bit different about the national comp, which is what you're in now, in for a penny, in for a pound, so,
Yeah.
is we're going to start on habaneros, mate. How does that make you feel?
I like habaneros. They're great chilies. They're I like the flavor. It's obviously a big step up, and we're going. We skip this mild to wild. We start at wild, and we end up at pain. So
some say it starts at medium and it works up to insane.
I think we started wild and we're going to insane, but it's I know what I signed up for.
Yeah, so that's true. That's true. We went through it all with you first, and we're just going, are you sure? You're like, yeah, man.
I was like, yep, I am. I'm in.
So look, we were talking about your best chili experience before. Have you got a worst chili experience? Every chili competitor and everyone who's
yeah, I'll have one. You want to hear? So I've went to Taiwan, beautiful country, and I found this shop through some friends there. They have the spiciest noodles in the world, and you have to sign a waiver, a huge waiver, and it's in Mandarin. And I signed it, and I probably sold as well my kidney and and bought a wash machine. And then, they bring this massive noodle bowl in, and it's minced Carolina Reapers. The noodles are boiled in chili oil and Carolina Reaper oil. It's everything just about Carolina Reapers. It's a massive bowl, and you have to finish it to win 15 Australian dollars. And I was like, well, I could use 15 Australian dollars. It might be in the pub or two. Restless to say, this bowl is huge. I was that hot. I had black spots in my vision. I was deaf, and I was spewing the whole day. My stomach hurt so much. I ripped my shirt off. I ran out and put my stomach on the concrete at night to cool it down. It was that fucking painful.
That's some
so
heat, because it sounds like
I did
the heat, but it was the amount too. Is that right?
Oh, like every bite was hot, like disgusting hot. So you didn't have to breathe and you just shovel it in, and it's obviously a lot. It's quantity and spice quality. Needless to say, I did not finish the whole bowl. I couldn't. It was so much, and I was legit crying. And my 10-minute way home took me 3 hours because I couldn't move. I put my belly on the bare concrete on a straight. I looked like a drunk guy falling over. And
So these
and the
Chinese
worst
people are
things,
like, why is he laying on the pavement?
yeah, they come with the make like pictures, and they're like, "What is going on there?" And I was just like, "Fuck." Um, and I spent $20 on ice cream, so I didn't want $15. I spent $20 on some ice cream, and everybody was laughing, So yeah, that is my worst chili
No, that's fair enough. I think
moment.
that everyone seems to have at least one of those. They have a moment where they woke up or they woke up to the spice experience, just going, oh my god. Like, I had a dumb experience like that where I got debt when I was like 15 or something, 14, 15, I don't know. And my best friend's dad goes, "Oh, I'll give $100 to anyone who chugs this or was it Texas hot sauce thing?" And it was, I don't know, probably Carolina Reaper or something like that at the time. And I just chugged this thing, and I go on there, and I had a few. Let's say I had a few at the time, right? I had a few drinks, and I just scull this thing, going, "Yeah, that sucks, but whatever, $100, pay me." And he goes, "There's your $100, but good luck tomorrow." And I was like, "What do you mean?" And like, I hadn't really had that problem before, And then the next day, I'm like howling next to a tree, trying to do a number two, going, "Oh!" And they're like, "Ah!" So I pretty quickly found out he set me up. I was like, "Yeah, okay, fair enough." Um,
Yeah,
so with these experiences and things that you've done, what does your family and your friends think of what you do with chili and competitions? Do they think you're crazy, or they're super proud?
yeah.
What are the opinions of these
So
people?
the nickname, the Crazy German, is from Muay Thai coach in Alice Springs, Tom Boyle. Shootout, like I'll say it in the interview
Yeah.
anyway. And he's, we talked a bit over like some stuff that happened, and I'll traveled a lot, and when you travel cheap or adventurous, silly stuff happens.
Oh yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
you know. And then I told him, "Hey man, I want to race Fink." And he's like, "Mate, you only had 2 desert races. Like, I raced Kalgoorlie and Dash." I said, "No, I'll be right. I haven't ridden for like half a year. I have maybe 50 on in the saddle. Signed up for Fink. I fought, I think, 10 days later in Darwin on a little competition. Um, Won this, and then he's like, "Man, you're the crazy German. You do all this shit." And then I told him all of like my chili experiences and stuff, and he's like, "Yeah, nice. You're the crazy German." And every time when I rocked up to the gym, him and Lee, another good coach, there's like, "Hey, the crazy German is back." And I was like, "Yep, here we are."
Absolutely, mate. I love it. It's a great name. It's a great little moniker. You're not hiding the fact that you're German, but at the same time, you've lived in Australia so long, and we're definitely gonna claim you. You're definitely you're an Aussie
I
now.
hope so. It's
You know,
home.
it's just a real demeanor. You're like, "Oh, I'll just give it a crack." It's such an Aussie thing to do. You just
Oh
got.
yeah, with everything, like
Mm,
you maybe fail, and failure is part of it, but um, if you don't fail, or if you don't try, you don't win. You always lose. So
that's
let's
right.
give it a
You got to
go.
give it. Yeah. So look, when you're competing for the national comp, mate, who's going to be cheering you on for the Aussie Chili Champs? Are you got people at home going to be
Um,
watching from our live stream and stuff?
yeah.
Or
So my workmates are rooting for me. They're like, "Oh man, we watched this." They couldn't believe it because I came up. I'm be a bit quiet at the beginning, and they're like, "Man, you a nutcase. You crazy." My brother loves this. The people in Carnarvon, you know, they will look out for me. The guys I race with, one of my friends flying actually over with me to Sydney. So yeah, having a good time and
here's the
make the
question for
best
you.
out of it.
In your opinion, so I've seen you do motocross, dirt bike riding. I've seen you do. Was it kickboxing?
Muay Thai and kickboxing, yeah.
So it's a Muay Thai kickboxing. I've done Muay Thai too. I love it, by the way. Kickboxing, motocross, and what is it called? Chili eating. What do you think is the more dangerous or the more painful thing to do out of the three, in your opinion?
Um, the most painful on a constant level is chili eating because it hurts every time. Every time you do it, doesn't matter how much you eat, it hurts. This in the pain rating, that's probably up on the first. It's hard. They're all very different individual extremes.
Mm.
So I would put in the way of silliness and pain, it's eating chilies. Because on the level, those competitions are, and they stronger they get. It's amazing. I've done my first 5 years ago. it's nothing compared to these days.
Absolutely. And because, like, obviously the
So
difference between boxing and motocross riding is motocross riding doesn't hurt unless you crash. Boxing doesn't hurt
yeah,
unless you
well, I
quit.
crash, so it always hurt, and I
But you
get
quit.
always hit, so I. Yeah,
Like you said,
exactly, and it's
you're going to hurt no matter what you do.
yeah, exactly. So it's another very extreme part, and I would say this is the most painful because yeah, it hurts every time. Like,
Absolutely. So it does definitely sound like you're a bit of an adrenaline junkie. I definitely respect
oh
and
yeah.
appreciate that. Yeah. So when you're eating chilies and stuff like that, and chili products and whatnot, have you got a particular favorite? Do you sort of sway towards more like chili products and spicy food, or do you sway towards more like raw chilies? What's your opinion? Is there a favorite out of those two?
I've got to say it's probably the product. And the reason is I love hot sauces and the way the sauces evolve the last few years, like so many flavors before, like all I knew was Tabasco and the Asian chili sauce on the table in that Asian restaurant, you know. And now you have different, like so many different producers, so many
Mm,
different flavors, like people mixing actually like nice fruits. Like one of my favorite sauces is a plum there's a soup. I think it was plum and chili, and Louis does it as well. And it's not very spicy, but just the amount of
either.
taste you get out. It's lovely. Hot chips. So yeah, there's so much more varieties and products. While chilies, they all have a bit of their own flavor. But they're
Mm.
hot, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I feel the same. Like there's a lot of people that they're absolutely are obsessed with eating pods, and there's other people that are absolutely obsessed with eating products. I definitely gravitate towards the products a bit more, and then there's other guys like that. So yeah, I definitely respect your opinion on that one as well. So what are your thoughts on training and prep and conditioning? Is there a certain way you go about it? You sort of mentioned the pancakes a bit before and having a little bit before. But is there a specific training that you're doing to build up towards
Um,
that you're doing at the moment?
well, I'll every now and then I'll just try to push my limit in cases of how far can I run. Last time when I went up last year in Carnarvon, I'll try to do I think three cracks I had on those world record with the most Caroline Reapers, just to see how much can I get in, how can I
Mm,
push it. I went down to Drusco's Hot Chicken in Perth, and he designed the Death Nugget, which is a very
mm.
spicy chicken, massive
Death.
chicken beat. Which, yeah, if you come down, I invite you. It's amazing, but it is hot.
Yeah. I'll try.
Um,
Yeah.
so yeah, I'll actually message him, and he's an amazing guy, and he's like, yeah, if you need some help for your competition, some preparation, um, I'll make it as hot as I can make. Um, and you gotta eat. And I said, well, sounds like we're having a deal.
Absolutely.
So
This is something
yeah,
I'm going to give you a heads up as well. I'm not sure if you're aware that the other Chile competitors for the national comp are training, and they are absolutely smashing and destroying themselves to build up their tolerance for the comp. I've seen some guys where they've had like a spoonful of 16 million pure capsaicin crystals, you know, like really hardcore stuff. So considering with your mindset as well, are you going to be approaching people like Bluey Zarzov and that chicken place to try and absolutely boost your tolerance and your ability,
yeah,
your consumption ability too?
I'll think I'll maybe even see where Bluey is, and yeah, Bluey, he said it's a good deal, so I'm happy for this. Give him heads up too, and just try to eat as spicy as I can, as much as I can every now and then. I like my taste buds. I like good food, so I'll also put a lot of faith in my mindset and pushing myself again. So it's a good mix of both, I guess.
There you go, Bluey. So yeah, obviously, Bluey, I think he probably should hit you up for some training. Bluey, absolutely smash your boy because like I'm not saying that you're not a good competitor, but definitely don't go in just sort of
Oh
half-ass it.
no, no,
Make
no, no, no.
it.
It's a competition. I'm competitive, so we
Yeah, because these other guys and girls are not going to go easy on you. Every single one of them are the best in their state for a reason. That's why it's a crazy comp. Yeah, I would not half-ass it. Oh, there you go, Bluey. No worries. Anytime.
He's the man. You're the man. Thank you, Bluey.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bluey. Smash him, mate. Smash your boy. So what's it called? Any advice to people that want to attempt what you're doing or what you've attempted so far?
Well, a good advice is maybe don't start because it hurts. But if you start, then just build it up, and you got to push yourself. And a lot of time people think, oh, it's you're weak, you spew, but you got to build your body up to a certain tolerance, and push yourself. And pushing yourself also means suffering. So if you want to do competitions, prepare yourself a bit and have a good time. That's the most important thing. I think we shouldn't forget about. We're doing this as well because it's fun and it's excitement, and again, it's a competition. Everybody want to win, but all those people in this competition seem to be very incredible people. Everybody's nice, support is like, hey man, I've seen what you've done. That's crazy. So of course they are competitors, but it's also like a bit of pushing this community, I guess. So it's still like a teamwork in one weird way.
That's right. That's the other thing we want to do is we want to raise our community all over Australia and the world. Realistically, we want the Chili community to be taken a bit more seriously. It'd be very fantastic to have our Chili competition recognised as a sport, because at the end of the day, it's so similar to any other sport, because you've got to train, you've got to prepare, you've got to build a tolerance or an ability to get that good. You've got to build and work on not just your natural talent, but you've got to work on skill. And skill is from beating on your craft hours and hours and hours and days and weeks and months and years to get to that tolerance, like you're saying there. Our contestants needed this advice last weekend. Bluey's does. He goes, our contestants needed this advice last weekend. I completely agree with what you're saying there. Obviously these people aren't normal. And I affectionately call all you guys freaks of nature, because, you're not normal, and so not as an insult, as a compliment going, you guys aren't normal, so to get to this level, you've got to be a freak of nature or a step above, G'day, Trav. Just Trav from Canberra. How you going? So that being said, is there a particular plan for what MASE is doing in the future? Obviously, you want to try and work towards that World Chili Champions if you can. But is there anything else on the plans or the schedule for MASE, the crazy German?
There's a few things. I would like to race with my friends in America once, the Baja race. I don't know, I'll pronounce this probably wrong. I like to push limits, like
Hey, Jay.
Yeah, you probably know better than me.
I think it's the Baja. Is it? That's like Southern America.
Yeah.
I think I have heard of that one.
That is incredible hard. Like that'd be amazing. That'd be cool. I like to push my limits. I've always tried to find something to jump off in water. Find a cliff that's over like 33 meter. I think that's where we're sitting on at the moment.
I mean, I'm joking. Is that 33 meters in distance or in height?
Oh, height.
You jump off a 33 meter cliff. Far out.
Yeah, that's on the list. Yeah, I've got to, underline my name. Depends what's my,
maybe
the
you
moment.
should cruise and be on the next Mission Impossible movie.
Maybe we make a Chili Impossible then.
That's good. Chili Impossible. I like that.
So yeah, there's a few extremist things. I like to push my limits, see how far I can go, and like any kind of things I do. It's very hard to relax and stop. I guess that's why I'm here.
That's you sound a bit like me, where you're not very good at sitting still. I'm not very good at sitting still. Yep, you are one crazy German, says Bluey. G'day, Shawsy. way. So look, before we go, we've sort of said everything we want to say. Is there anything you want to say to everyone, or any shout outs you want to say, or anything you want to
Yeah,
say?
there's shout outs. I love shout outs. Cause there's also a lot of people behind those competitions. Like, big shout out is to you. That makes it all happen. Like, man, if you would ask me a few months ago, like when I came to this comp, I didn't even know what was the prize. I just come there for fun. And then this is gonna happen. And you know, you put a lot of work behind for this organization of this whole event. You're involved in a lot of things. You're traveling a lot. You do your own reviews. I think that's something people don't see in those comps. The work that's behind it, the planning. So yeah, first shout out to you and all this organization behind. The sponsors of the competition.
That's right. We have to say a huge shout out to Papa Flock. Papa Flock has sponsored Maze's tickets. They've nearly thrown $2,000 at this, so we really have to say thank you to Papa Flock again. And to all our amazing sponsors. Thank you, Bluey. And we really appreciate Bluey. Bluey put on the competition at Mindari that I was witnessing, and was he there at the second one after that one as well?
No, not on the one I've been. I think no, I haven't seen him. Otherwise, I would have said hello.
I want to thank Louis anyway, because Louis contributes to the CHILLI community as well.
Yeah, like that's why I say shout out to all the guys, especially since Bluey's in the channel. Thank you, Bluey. Big shout out to you too. Obviously, massive shout out to Carnarvon, to Karen, Pompey, More Veggies, Dean. They support me. I'm soon when I go up there. They're like, hey, here, have some chilies. Get into it. They're amazing people, and not only chilies, they help me in. They make Australia my home. They help me with so much shit, so I can't really thank them enough. My housemate to not kick me out. Cheers, Ryan.
That's fair.
I destroyed this toilet. So I've got to apologize, I guess. Kevin, well, like all the freak show boys, especially Kevin, like he's the guy behind me on the bike, always helping me in all kinds of things. Drosko's chicken, I love his chicken. He's the best man. He's a good guy. He's a nice guy. Helps me there too. Everybody else, maybe my guardian angels that I haven't died yet. So yeah,
That's fair. There's been some moments where I'm going, how am I not dead yet? So I know what you're saying. I definitely agree with you. Going, yeah, I've been pretty lucky. There's been plenty of moments I could have died.
Yeah, exactly. So I usually try to be very happy and thankful for all those things, all those people. Might not get it all the time out. So yeah, I thought that's a great way to say it, spread it in the world.
Yeah, fair enough, mate. All right, well, thank you very much for your time. I hear you got a night shift to go to now. Is that right? You're going to work?
Yeah, like I've had a shift change, so it's my first night shift. So I'll be definitely having a few more coffees than usual. I get some chilies later in when I'll have some lunch, and yeah, just keep going working.
Well, the chilies will wake you up as well. What do your workmates think of this crazy stuff you do?
They think I'm a nutcase. Like they say when we have problems here, they say, well, we have certain ways to fix them, and then we have the German solution, and that's me. German engineering. So
German engineering. Fantastic, mate. All right, buddy. Well, look, I'll let you go. Have a great night. Thank you so much for coming on, and we'll be seeing you in person very soon, mate. So I'll let you go.
Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you very much for everything. And I'll can't wait to see the other competitors on their interviews. I've been the brave one. I put some makeup on. They look nice and pretty for all of you. And yeah, have a good day.
You for your Spice Legends.
Thank you, Bluey, again.
Yeah.
All the best to everyone. Thank you for everyone watching, supporting. And I hope you will all enjoy the show we're putting on when we destroy our guts and our inner selves for you.
Absolutely. It won't finish easily. It won't finish quickly. That's for sure. All right, mate.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
we'll love you. Have a great night, and hopefully you have an excellent work shift as well.
awesome. Thank you very much, and you too. I'll see you around.
All right. See you, legend. Bye.
Okay.
All right, Spice Legends. Well, that's it for our spicy goodness. So, thank you very much for joining us. If you want to share this with your mates and that, our next interview it will be actually tomorrow at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. We are interviewing Tom from the Northern Territory. Tom the Stomper from Northern Territory, the Northern Territory Chili Champion from Darwin, sponsored by Coates. It's going to be an interesting interview because he's a bit of a wild cowboy, that's for sure, Spice Legends. So one by one, we're going to interview every one of our Australian Chili Champion competitors. There's 8 in total this year. Again, we're live at July 6th at Saltell Chili Festival. We don't know where that is, Spice Legends. 20 minutes south of Coffs Harbour in New South Wales, Australia. It's going to be an epic day. They get anywhere between 30 to 40,000 people rock up to this festival. So it's a pretty big festival. It's a pretty big deal. The news is going to be there. The radio is going to be there. It's going to be filmed, live streamed on social media. So if you can't make it on the day, don't worry. Tune in to Burning Bites Down Under on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok to watch our live stream of that. I'll be emceeing the competition, as you know, guys, and it is going to be epic. It's going to be a crazy competition. 30 rounds of the most savage stuff. There you go. And thanks, Bluey Zazov. Great interview. Thank you. So 30 rounds, right? No speed rounds until the 30th round. They have to get to 30 rounds, and there has to be 2 or more people in that 30th round to initiate a speed round, right? And we are not going on easy on these guys. We're starting on habaneros. That's right. You heard me right. Starting habaneros between 100,000 to 350,000 Scoville. That's where we start, right? Working our way all the way up to 16 million Scoville. Pure capsaicin. You can't get hotter than that. So this is going to be an epic competition. We've got some really crazy competitors. Can anyone beat Gabby Del Castillo, the Victoria champ, and now the Southern Hemisphere champion as well, smashing everyone in New Zealand? What's going to happen? I don't know. Will she run out of space? Will she not do too well against extracts? I don't know. We're going to test her and every one of our competitors in every single way. That's why it's 30 rounds. We're not just going heat. We're going to test everyone's gag reflex. We're going to test everyone's ability to hold a lot of stuff in their stomach. We're going to test things. They're going to test their ability, whether they like bad flavors, whether they can deal with liquid, whether they can deal with solids, whether they can deal with dry food. We're hitting them from every single angle, Spice Legends. So don't you worry. If you tune in, you're going to see one hell of a show. And again, these guys are not normal people. Like I'm saying, I affectionately call them freaks of nature for a reason, because these guys are the best from every single state and territory in Australia. So who will win? Then whoever wins will come with me to America to the World Chili Champs, filmed on Netflix at Smoking Ed Curry's farm. Whoa, holy bejeebus. It's going to be an epic year. So it doesn't stop there, Spice Legends. So again, July 6th, we're going to start around roughly midday, Australian Eastern Standard Time for our competition. It could go an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. We don't know. It will only be dictated by how far these guys and girls are willing to go. So for that's it for our spicy goodness for now, Spice Legends. All I have to say is keep calm,